and we'll go and discuss our experience, because it's very important that we discuss that in this 1 hour we did today, 1 hour, complete 1 hour, abiding in the presence. What each one of you would have gone through would be completely different experience, and others will listen to you. They will relate to it, that experience. Some of you might be very easily established. Some of you might be struggling into establishment. We can, when we do the discussion, we can then root out those issues. So we'll start with Puneet.
Thank you, Mitaji. So it was a great experience. Today we learned the highest form of meditation, which is Samadhi. So today we also learned that always we do that, we think that meditation is something we have to close the eyes and then we do meditation. But today, I think this is one of the real life thing. This is how we have to be. That keeping our eyes open, we can still just be present in the current moment. So it was a very good experience, and I felt really happy and blissful after the session.
So was it easy for you to be in the moment, or how was the whole process?
Initially, like it took time to me because my mind was just wandering here and there. But eventually, after some time, like I was able to focus on, and basically I've just used my ears and eyes again, keeping the eyes open, but again I was just using them as a tool so that I'll be available in the current moment. That was good.
Just know that it's okay to use the tools, but just know that again using tools implicates doing. So it's okay to start with. Many times when my mind is very active, what I do is I do vipassana, I do watching breath and watching body sensation for half an hour, and then I start abiding into the natural state of awareness. So it's good for when your mind is very active. You can use meditation with object. So when I say meditation with object, means there are other forms of meditation like using breath, using body sensation, using sound of silence, using different sound. But that's not the goal. Goal is to reach a state where you don't need any object. You are simply sitting, like I am sitting here, I am talking to you, you are listening to me. There is no need of thinking in this process. Simply your aliveness, my awareness, your awareness is enough. There is no analysis needed. There is no comparison needed. There is no meaning needed to come out of it.
That's sure.
Let's go to Krishna now. Krishna is very lucky because she has a small child at home. So she is abiding in the awareness all the time.
I got a newborn also, like just 4 weeks before.
Did you? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You have a wonderful opportunity then. Keep the baby in the hand and sit there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Namaste all. For me, the starting time, like initial time, was easier because at that time, being in moment was easier because everything was like, example, just feeling this air to my body, and all those, like the sound of a fan, everything. It's like, okay, I can feel in that moment, so I have something to do. But after some time, it becomes like, yeah, I felt it. It is there. Now what? Now what? So that at that moment I had a tremendous pressure of closing my eyes and feeling things differently or going somewhere, or
Yes.
a huge pressure to be in the silent, like the so what you were saying was completely disconnect at that time. For like it is there for a moment, and then just I can't, and then again I could able to be there. I can do it, and then again I couldn't. So that is like on and off going on, and at last that is an urge to close my eyes. And the same thing you said, that whatever urge you have it, you close your eyes and just think about it. And that was the urge, like to close my eyes. And yes, so it's like the food for the mind at that time, what was thinking all the time. And I did it, I felt good, but I know that it's not the right, it is not the purpose, not right, but it's not the purpose. Because again, once I felt everything, again mind just started like going somewhere else. So that was the whole journey for an hour.
So beautiful, that we just become awakened that how compulsively our mind wants to do something and experience something and something different than this moment. That's the whole point. It wants
Yes,
something different than this moment. It's not happy with this moment. And
actually.
as soon as you go out of this moment, you are in the psychological land, not the
Yes.
real land. And
Thank
that's the root cause of all the suffering.
Yes, like the person, like those who are parent for like a toddler or a young guy, they totally understand that there's a back of the mind all the time going. Like, there's so many things pending. There's chores pending,
Yeah.
but your kid asking you to be with, him or her, and that is the most challenging part. To
Yeah.
be there 100%,
Yeah.
and there is no alternative. Like you
Yeah.
have to be, otherwise
Yep.
it's not working. So yeah,
Mm.
it's a good learning.
Yeah. And you know what? If in these tough situations where you are wanted in two different places at the same time, we both are important. And if you cannot accept that moment and stay focused in that moment, you will end up into the psychological place, which will be the suffering. Why me? Why no one is with me? Why this is happening? Why that is happening? Why I have to do that? Why other people are not supporting? All that kind of a garbage will start, and that will bring suffering. But if you just stay in that moment, okay, my child is there, he wants my attention, but I need to do the dishes. So I don't resist, I accept this moment as it is. I see what best I can do in this moment. Maybe I keep my child's cradle next to me when I'm doing dishes. Maybe I sing a song while doing dishes with my child. So what best I can do by accepting this moment and being in this moment, not
Yes.
wishing something to go into other moment, and then as soon as going into other moment, what will happen? The tremendous suffering will come, and with tremendous suffering within you will create suffering for that child and
As well.
the child's parents, father and child's grandparents, and everyone will create suffering. Not only
Yes.
because it's very what you call it's very infectious when you are silent, when you are peaceful, blissful. Everyone can feel that and everyone can experience that. And when you are miserable, angry, same goes for that.
Mhm.
That gets spread as well. For
Sure.
for for no reason, people become cranky. It is not enough, because the only way suffering comes in our life when we do not accept what has arisen in this moment. that does not mean we will not act on it. Let's suppose there's a tremendous back pain arises in me today, now, in this moment. So obviously I will act on it. I'll put some oil or I'll take some tablet, I'll go to doctor, I'll show. I'm not saying we are not going to take action. What I'm saying is, I will not resist it. Why this is happening to me? This should have happened to me. What I have done wrong? Like, that resistance, the mental suffering, anything comes to my life or anything present itself in this moment. Whether it's a financial challenge, let's suppose some financial challenge came to me, for example. So instead of resisting, why me, why I don't get more money, God has to be so tough on me, see how other people can manage and I can't even manage day to day. Instead of resisting to the moment, what I'll say, okay, what can I do to change this? And then act on it. That means I am accepting the present moment. Okay, this present moment has come up with some challenge. Let's see what the challenge is. Let's see what we can do about it. Not creating resistance to not allowing that moment to actually manifest or unfold in front of us. That's the true essence of being in samadhi. That's the true essence. What is enlightenment means? Enlightenment means is simple, to be okay with what is. And whatever is designed for you, it will come for you in that moment. To Sonia today, are you in the space of talking, Sonia, today? I think Sonia is not there. We'll go to Sudhakarji. You are mute. We can't hear you. Sudhakarji, you are mute.
So today's experience is totally different. Because you asked us to observe everything around us. See here, what we were observing means we are not relating anything to any object which was around us. So there is no relationship. Even though I am watching it, I am not establishing any relationship.
No.
So I am keeping my awareness, the stillness awareness is intact. So that's what I felt. I think it's nice for me.
It's an experience-less journey. Okay, the experience is always of your mind or body. Either mind experience something or body experience something. But being aware of this moment, there is no experience apart from the closest I can describe is just feeling stillness. That's it. So that the more and more we abide into that state, what happens is the pathological thinking of our mind gets eradicated. Now again mind will ask, okay, what happens next? If the pathological mind gets eradicated, what do I get? You get nothing. You lose everything. You lose your identity. You lose your who you are psychologically. You lose all the depression. You lose all the anxiety. You lose all insecurities. You lose all fear. You just simply establish yourself permanently into the stillness. I call it God's being. Then you allow that divine to use this instrument of body and mind to express itself whichever way it wants. So sometimes when you take yourself out of the equation, sometimes you will see there is a immense artistic desire born. Like for example, some might feel singing, some might feel dancing, some might feel playing instruments, some might feel doing some business, or some might want to explore something different profession or something. That's how then allowing that. So one can easily see that when you allow the God's being to work through you, you see that the horizon just expands. There is no monotonous life, or there is no repetitiveness, mechanical way of life. There is tremendous openings, and you see life as a vast sea where you can do so many things. Usually, in the mind identified state, we become so small that we think only eating, shitting, and sleeping becomes like an experience of life. So allowing this instrument in such a way so that the universe of consciousness can express itself without any interruption. So when I say we have to establish in samadhi, that means in such a stillness where it's like when you pour oil into a vessel. So it's a continuous thick layer of oil going into that without any breaks. That's how when that switch gets flipped, when we eradicate all our mind pattern, we get established into that childness or childhood awareness or teenage awareness, in which continuous presence and continuous stillness is there, where there is a continuous flow of that oil. In that, God can freely express itself in this world. So there is no you in that moment. It's only the universe, and then universe or consciousness will use this body and mind as an instrument to bring whatever it wants to bring in this physical realm. Until we are not prepared, until we are not making this vessel. This is a vessel for that consciousness. Until this vessel is not ready, it cannot fully express itself. Let's go to who's next? Anshu. Let's go to Anshu.
Thank you, Mitaji. It was very, very beautiful experience again. At first, actually, I felt a huge urge to close my eyes, and literally, I was trying my best to let it be open. But after few moments, I was able to be still, and after that, it was really good. I was very still.
Good. Maintain the stillness, maintain that the state, whatever you do, throughout night, throughout day, try to maintain that, coming back to the stillness. Okay, who's next? Who we got? Let's go to Auntie Ji for last one, and then we finish session.
Okay, today is such an amazing meditation you have taught us. I heard like Sai Baba, he used to go to Samadhi. I used to wonder, what is that Samadhi, doing Samadhi? I didn't understand. And now, today I understood what is Samadhi. Really amazing experience today.
Isn't it?
Yes,
It's so simple.
It's simple, but because you taught us, we have experienced that. I think you should teach us now and then, all of us. You should do this class now and then, Samadhi class. Samadhi.
Yes. That's the ultimate
nice.
liberation comes into the Samadhic field. The Samadhic meditation is the ultimate meditation of all. In this non-doing, mind gets back to its original being when we were born, when we were children, when we were teenage. What was the state of our being then? It goes back to that state. Mind suddenly gives, when you establish more and more in non-doership, then mind understands that there is no point in trying to hold on to this person, and it will eventually let go. And once it eventually let go, you are free. That's what, when mind lets you go, that's what called liberation. That's enlightenment. Enlightenment is nothing but your mind is letting go of you. This whole character is built out of that mind. That whole character dissolves, and what is then left is a pure consciousness, very loving awareness, which operates in this world so beautifully, with no conflict with anyone, of experiencing oneness every moment, and experiencing miracle every day. Because with my limited mind, I can only achieve this much, or I can only experience this much. With allowing this vessel to be a vehicle for consciousness, the amount of experiences you get, or amount of miracles you see every day, I cannot explain in words, because the tremendous ecstasy it brings with it, the tremendous blissfulness and joy it brings with it, the absence of fear and absence of insecurity makes life so beautiful, and then fearlessly that consciousness expresses itself through this vehicle, and life just becomes again a mysterious, wonderful play, then bore, old, predictable, monotonous, routine, mechanical way. When we are in mind, it's all mechanical. When you let consciousness to operate this vessel, suddenly you are in the wonderland of how you see those Cinderella movies, or a complete wonderland. You are in a complete wonderland when you let the consciousness use this body as a vehicle. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
And I'll see you one more time again, and we go on again journey. But remember this thing: there is no start, there is no end. You continuously abide in who you are. Thank you so much.